Okay, welcome back to the character modelling series. Thanks for watching so far if you've been following along. So in this video I'd like to finish the detail. I'm going to focus on this area here. We're going to add an indentation here for the stomach area, and I also want to mirror the geometry so we can create the full character. But firstly I just want to focus on this area because these verts are too close together. I'm just going to simply move them into a better position before we go any further. Okay, I think that's alright. Just move this one. This one can go down ever so slightly. Cool. Okay, and this one can simply go here. Just looking around, see if we can improve anything. We could split this like so to create further loops, and simply bring this down a little bit. Okay, then we can get rid of this edge, so deleting that out. Okay, that's better. Just going to emphasize this loop going around. Cool, okay. And also this one, I think. Okay, then it goes around. Cool. Right, so for this area we have this edge here. It's going to become quite useful, but I only want to use it up to this point, so I'm going to split this face into two and select these edges and delete them. Edit mesh, delete. Okay, so I'm going to pull these outwards a bit so we can indent inside it. So to do that, I'm firstly going to zoom out. Actually, I'm going to select these faces and frame up on them. Go to a vertex. I'm going to move this one downwards so we don't get any deforming down here. Going to move this across. Okay, so this can come down a bit, I think. Go across. So just opening this section up. Okay. Bit more. So sliding across a bit more. Okay, I don't think anything happened. Nope, that's good. Just going to slide this down. Just giving a bit more space in this area. Okay, this can follow the curve around. Okay, just to speed things up, I'm going to grab these edges and slide them. Okay. Cool, so I'm going to go back to a vertex and bring these ones out. And go inwards a tiny bit. Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm going to, this one can go down a bit. Just tweaking the shape, can go about there. This one can come across a tiny bit, so can this one. So I'm going to grab some faces, okay, and simply extrude inwards with these, like so. Then we can just grab these ones and delete them out. Cool, so just going to tweak these ones. And bring these ones across a bit. Okay, this one can come across a bit more. Okay. Cool, let's see what we've got. Okay, very nice. So I think I'll leave it there for this this section. Looks rather nice. Might need to edit it a little bit when we come to mirroring this out. Maybe flatten this bit. Just grabbing these two, bringing them down, just to flatten it out. Okay. Cool. Looks very nice now, the robot. Just gonna check some curves. I think that'd be fine. We could make another curve from here to the center of the leg like so, just to add a bit more detail to this area. And then go ahead and just split. Okay, so this adds a tiny bit more detail to this area because there's not a lot going on here. And it might become troublesome when we do the walking animation, so just to edit things out. Cool, okay. Okay, that's good. Just going to get these verts, bring them out a tiny bit. Okay. So I'm just going to check this in the side view. I don't think it should be poking out. Okay, so just come in a bit. Cool, okay. So we don't have to do this, but I'm just going to bring these out a tad, just to align with the guide, in case someone else wants to work on this. Cool, okay, let's see if everything's okay. Right, so I'm happy with this design. Feel free to add whatever you like to your design, but for the sake of this video, so it seems to have lost a bit of the texture. No worries. I'm just going to assign an existing material, Lambert 1, boom, it's back. Probably because we cut out a face and added one on again. Okay, so now it's time to mirror the geometry. I'm going to double click, select all the edge going around, the outermost edge, and like we did before, I'm going to flatten it out so all the verts are equal in the x-axis. Bring it out a tad. Okay, there's one more thing I'd like to do actually. I'm going to grab this edge and bevel out a small mouth. Okay, so if you go to channel box, I'm going to change the sensitivity to very low, grab the offset, bring it down. Okay, that's good. Just going to extrude inwards to create a mouth. And delete this face. Grab these verts, bring them in a tiny bit. Okay, that's good. Anyway, where were we? So I'm going to do this again, just grab all the edges going around and just scale them in so they're matching. Bring it to the center. Again, we can use the guide for the center if we'd like to. We've gone a bit off the center, but never mind. So all we need to do is grab the entire mesh. Let's go to delete by type history, just to get rid of our history, and go to mesh mirror geometry. We're going to mirror in the negative x, so the geometry duplicates this side, and we've got the option to merge the vertices. So I'm going to try that firstly. The vertices do tend to merge when they are very close together, so let's watch out for that one. So I'm going to mirror this. Boom, let's have a look. Cool, so this is our robot, looks pretty cool. As we can see, some verts did actually merge together, so I'm going to go back and go to mesh mirror geometry again, but this time I'm not going to merge with the original, just going to mirror this. Okay, so now we can actually try and merge them manually. I'm going to go to a front view. I'm just going to grab all of these. Merge vertices, merge vertices. Okay, let's see if this worked. Okay, so I think let's just check a few random verts. Yep. I think it worked, so just going around checking. Yeah, seems to work. Okay, just going to get this vertex and slide it in the middle. Sliding around. This one can also go in the middle. Okay, as can this one. This one can also go down a bit. Okay. Just double checking the mesh. Cool. Right, so here we go. There's a few things we can do here. First thing is to select this edge one more time and soften out the edges. This is another way to double check if they merged correctly. Looks like they did. I'd like to edit the shape a little bit. So I'm going to hop into this view with an objects mode. I'm going to hold D and V, snap the pivot points to the center a little bit, and kind of bring the, I know the mesh doesn't match anymore in the middle, so I'm just going to bring it as close as I can. Grab these verts and just slide them in a little bit. I just want the character to be a bit thinner around this area. Okay, so grabbing these ones, just slide them inwards. Okay, let's try again. Cool. So let's have a look. I'm just looking at the geometry. Just going to grab these. Normal soften. Very nice. Okay. And grab these edges. Normal soften. Okay. I'm just trying to look and see if we can merge any of these together, because some of them are not very necessary. I'm just going to go to a vertex and merge vertex tool. Let's see if we can merge these two together. Yep. Changed my mind. Let's do that. That's cool. And okay, so that's a lot better. Now I can just grab these edges, slide them up a tiny bit. Simply do that, and okay. So here we go. Things are looking pretty good now for our robot. So this area might be a bit thin, I'm not very sure. So without selecting any behind the character, let's just bring this up. Okay, I'm going to grab these and these, and also these three. I'm going to grab that one, these three as well. Not selecting anything from the back. So I'm going to scale these out a tiny bit. Okay. So now I'm going to deselect these ones and simply scale out. Deselect these ones, scale out. So I'm going to select these two. Again, making sure you don't select anything behind it. Scaling inwards. Okay, select that one. Scaling inwards. Cool, okay. Looks good. Sliding this up one more time. Okay. So happy with this robot now. Let's just want to make sure everything's okay before we move on. Geometry's looking good. So I'm just going to grab this bit and making sure I don't select any of this. Okay, don't want the breast. Going to scale inwards. Okay, I'm just going to select this one actually, scale inwards. Okay. Selecting these two edges, scaling inwards. Selecting this edge and scaling inwards. Okay, that's nicer. Let's see if everything's okay here. Okay, so go into a vertex mode, just going to bring these up. This can come out, framing up, can come out. Maybe these two can join on together, so let's try that. Okay, I think that looks better. Okay, I'm just going to zoom right in. If we hold Alt and then right click and drag, we can zoom right in. Can snap these in place. Okay, snapping this one in place. Cool, so that looks good. Okay. Is there anything we can do here with these edges? Yes, because these are four-sided objects. We don't need that edge. Okay, that looks nicer. I'm just going to grab these four verts. Again, I'm just risking my my model here by not checking behind. It's going to scale these inwards, like so. Okay. Alright, zooming out. Okay. Cool, so this is the robot. I'm going to review the robot and see if we can edit anything else. Okay, that's good. Cool. So what we could do is model the low poly version, and then we could maybe carry this on and go for a higher poly version, just so we can make the shape a bit better. So I'm just going to grab these two edges here, bring them in a tiny bit, scale them in a tiny bit, see what that looks like. Cool, okay, that looks nicer. Awesome. Okay, so the last thing I'd like to do here is just focus on this area here, because there's a bit of a normal issue. I'm not too worried about that, but I just want to space out these verts a bit more. So I'm going to select these two and these ones, bring them in a little bit, and the same here, just because we might get some nicer animation, just like this. Okay, select these two. Need to be careful here because these are a bit of the armour, so if we can turn around, these two can go down like so. Okay, a lot better. Curve snap this one in place. Okay, let's just double check. Okay, let's see if we can soften these edges. Cool, they're softened. Okay, so I think I'll leave it here. I think this model's okay now to animate, so I'll be texturing this. We can play with the geometry if the model doesn't animate correctly. As long as we don't add geometry, that'll be fine. We can just play with the curves we've already created. Then the animation will not break, neither will the texture. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.